welcome to All of My Card Games, the show where we take a look at whatever deck we want to take a look at and have ourselves a good old time with it. And today, everybody, we find ourselves day 2 of our Halloween special. Today we're taking a look at Eldlich, along with some Shiranuis on the side. So we got ourselves a nice little zombie deck. It's all about summoning out our Eldlich Gold Lord, the Ballad Truck, things like that, disrupting our opponent a little bit, going for big fusions, zombie stuff. We're doing zombie stuff today. It's the time of the year for the Zombo, so we're going to go ahead into Yugioh Pro and show this deck off, show you how it works, but real quick, the deck list, because I know that's what you guys just love to hear. So for our main deck today, we have 3 copies of the Eldlich Gold Lord, 1 copy of the Doom King Baladrock, 3 copies of Necroworld Banshee, 2 copies of Mizuki, 1 copy of Shiranui Squire, 1 copy of Shiranui Spirit Master, 2 Shiranui Solitaires, 2 Unizombie, 1 each of Shiranui Spectral Sword, and 1 copy of, I got them mixed up. That's Spectral Sword Shade, and then 1 copy of Spectral Sword, and 1 Glow Bloom. We have a Foolish Burial, 2 copies of Ghost Meets Girl, 2 copies of Elixir of White Destiny, 3 copies of the Cursed Eldorado, 1 copy of 7 Cities of the Golden Lando, 1 copy of Zombie World. We have 2 copies of Shiranui Style Swallow Slash, 3 Elixir of the Scarlet Sanguine, 3 copies of the Conquistador of the Golden Land, 2 Haquero of the Golden Land, and 2 Golden Land Forever. For our extra deck, we're running 1 copy of Avenged Savior, 1 Vampire Lost Sock. We have 1 number 81, Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Super Dora, 1 Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Juggernaut Libe for flavor, 1 Revived King Hades, 1 Shiranui Samurai Saga, 1 Arcfiend Zombie Skull, 1 Shiranui Shogun Saga, 1 Beals of the Diabolic Dragons, 1 Shiranui Sun Saga, 1 Gashidokuro the Skeletal Mayakashi. We have a Starring Venom Fusion Dragon, 1 Draco Necro the Nether Soul Dragon, and 2 copies of Eldlich the Mad Golden Boy. And so that's going to be our extra deck. And so for the side deck, if you wanted to go for a Mayakashi sort of build, that's easy to do. A couple of Hajuns and a Daki as well as the Synchros. If you wanted to throw it, well, I already put that guy in there, so don't worry about that. But there's also Eldlich the Black Awakening to summon zombies straight from the deck. This works pretty good, but usually don't need it as much. But if you want to take this in instead of Ghost Meets Girl, that works too. You also have El Dorado Adelantado, which has some pretty powerful effects, but not always very necessary. You can use it, but I don't tend to use it very often. And there's also the other Golden Land Trap card. So, with all that being said, and also remember that Super Poly is an option because I forgot to put that in the side deck, let's go ahead into Yugioh Pro, show this deck off, have ourselves a good time. Alrighty, our first opponent of the day. We want to go, well, we go first or second. It really just depends on the sort of hand we get into. We got ourselves an opening hand. We got some spells. We got some traps. Let's see what we got here. Well, I do start out with the Cursed Eldorado. Pay 800 life points. You can search out one of your Eldliches or your Golden Lands. In this case, we'll go ahead and get Eldlich of the Golden Lord. We'll get that nice and set up. So let's go ahead and activate the Golden Lord. Might seem wasteful. We're going to go ahead and ditch Eldlich or White Destiny to get rid of Cursed Eldorado. This will activate Golden Land's effect, which allows me to send one of my Eldlich cards. Let's see, let's send Haquero. We'll send Haquero, we'll set Conquistador, we'll set all these. And we're going to go ahead and activate the Golden Lord's special ability. Yeah. Let's go ahead and banish Eldlich or White Destiny first. This lets me set yet another card. I'm going to set my Golden Land forever, have a negate on the board. All I need to do is tribute a zombie monster while I have an Eldlich, and I can use this. So we'll go ahead and use Golden Lord's effect. I'm going to go ahead and send one of these to the grave. We'll send our second Conquistador. Get back our Golden Boy, and then we can summon a zombie, any zombie, from our hand. We'll summon out the Golden Lord. He'll be a 3,500 beater. They can't be destroyed by card effects for a turn. And we'll end our turn for now. End phase, we're going to go ahead and activate the effects of our Conquistador and our Haquero. We can banish both these to get some more Golden Land cards going. So we'll get ourselves another Scarlet Sanguine. That way we can use this on our turn. And we'll go ahead and get the Elixir White Destiny to revive our Zombos. So, solid start. Solid start. None of the Shiranuis yet, but they're coming. I can get them at any point that I want. And my opponent immediately surrenders. The power of the Golden Lord. He's making this pose. He's showing his dominance. And that's basically what's going to happen. So, my opponent surrenders. He might have had a bad hand, but I like to think that he saw this board and was like, I can't do nothing about this. Because basically what I have is, I can summon any zombie from my deck with my Scarlet Sanguine, like Baladrock, or whoever I please. I've got on my White Destiny, I can revive a zombie. I've got Conquistador to pop a card, and an Omni Negation. So, pretty sure he just quit because he couldn't handle the power of Eldlich. But that aside, let's go for duel number 2. Actually get some like back and forth play. Because while I like to shut my opponent down with the Golden Boy, I like them to struggle in my hands before I destroy them. Alrighty, second opponent. Let's go and do it again. But hopefully with just a little bit more back and forth this time. Just a little bit of back and forth, and I'll be happy. And I do like the new sleeves. Good old Einzul going the original Bone Daddy. He looking at that very scary tree. I was actually looking at the artwork again of Zombie World for this episode. There's so many old school monsters in that card. Did you know that Vampire Genesis is in the background of Zombie World? It's nuts. Like, you don't think it would be, but it is. There's also things like Despair from the Dark and Bone Mouse and a bunch of other things. I'm sure there's some that are just, like, impossible to notice, but they're there. Alright, so this guy's playing Sushi Ships. Ships. Not a big deal for me. I've got removal to get rid of that pretty easily. It's like, not even funny it's gonna be so easy. So this guy's playing just Sushi. I almost feel bad because I'm gonna beat up a Suship player. Suships are awesome. Not just the artwork, but like just in like the concept of giant ships made of sushi. Alright, so so he gets to draw a card and he gets to summon a Suship, I believe. No, let's see. Place a card top of deck. Okay. Oh wait, what are they called now? Gunkins? Gunkin Sushi. Oh, now they're called Gunkin Suships. At least they didn't change the name too much. Alrighty. Let me think about this. Let me think about this. Alright. Activate Eldlich, the Golden Lord's effect. We're going to ditch our Elixir White Destiny to get rid of this guy. I don't want this to be on the board if I can help it. I'm just going to straight up send his monster to the graveyard. That is something I am able to do. And that's what I'm going to do. And unfortunately, you have to ditch spell traps for Eldlich Gold Boy. You also have to get rid of spell traps to summon him, which is going to make things a little tricky. Because I don't have my Unizambo. Okay, so because I got rid of your monster, you do get a Suship. This is true. This is true. Okay, now you got the carrier. What does this do? Did you use Shirao? I don't think he did. I'm pretty sure he just gets to draw a card, and because of the field spell, he gets to basically pick his draw. Alright, so he's gonna get another Raisu ship. As he does. So we're gonna go ahead and use Eldlich or White Destiny. We'll banish that. We'll set another Golden Land spell. Let's go ahead and set... That's actually pretty tempting. I'm going to get 7 Cities of the Golden Land. This is my fusion spell. It's a fusion continuous spell. Once per turn, I can fusion summon a fusion using zombies from hand or field as materials. I can summon any Zombo fusion, which is pretty nutty considering there's some decent enough fusion monsters of the Zombo variety. Plus, I can just get rid of this to summon the Eldlich in my graveyard, too. That's also a pretty nice thing. Let's see. Yeah, and if I do summon with this card, I can target a set card of my opponent. And what was it? You can't activate it this turn. So if this is like Mirror Force or Metaverse, then I could have stopped it, but it is not. Okay. Fascinating. Let's go ahead and activate our field spell. Not a fusion spell. Bleh. So we're going to use Eldlich and our Baladrock in hand to summon the Golden Tyrant, the Mad Golden Lord. He becomes Eldlich Golden Lord on the field. Can't be destroyed by battle or card effect. is very nasty. So let's go ahead and normal summon our Necroworld Banshee. We're going to banish her so I can get my field spell. Thank you very much. And let's see, I contribute a zombie. Target a face-up monster my opponent can take control of it. Can't attack with it. That would interrupt his stuff. Although I wish I had a different zombie to get rid of. Yeah. As much as I hate getting rid of my fusion, I'm going to get rid of the fusion. And I'm going to go ahead and bring out the Golden Lord. And my opponent, rage quits. Unfortunate. I was just getting into the groove. I was just getting into the mood. I was going to tribute my monster, steal his monster, and he would have been lost without his monsters. He would not have his Raisu ship or his fusion or his Ixies monster, and I would have been pretty sad. Plus, I don't know if Su ships have a means of getting rid of the Mad Golden Lord anyway, because he can't be destroyed by battle. And that's kind of the only removal that Su ships can do. So, there's another win. I hate to beat up the Su ship player, because the Su ships are one of my favorite archetypes via visual design, even though that's not really something I care about. But if I did, I would bet them in my top 3. But yeah, let's go ahead for duel number 3. Again, looking for that key back and forth where we actually get to, do damage. That's kind of the thing we're looking to do. Alrighty, our third opponent. Hopefully this time we'll get that back and forth I'm looking for. We'll find out. Alrighty, opening hand is interesting, I guess. Let me think about this. I really wish this was a Banshee other than that. Okay, Unizombie Go, the best zombie support card. You'd think I'd be running it more than one, but really in this particular build, I only need the one. I have ways of searching them out anyway, so it's not a big deal. So what we're going to go ahead and do is send our Spectral Sword to the graveyard. That way he'll be set up for later. And then we're going to go ahead and activate his effect again. You can use both effects once per turn. Ditch a card, make his level bigger. Send a card to the graveyard in order to make his level big again. And we'll go ahead and set some stuff, and we'll pass. Now, next turn, I can use my Spectral Sword to synchro out the grave. You can't do it the turn you send him to the grave, which is understandable. Very understandable. But it is what it is. Alright. Dogmatika Ecclesia. Okay. So this is one of them Dogmatikas. A 60-card Dogmatika, or... yeah, 60-card Dogmatikas. And he's got Albaz Knight. I don't remember what this does. Opponent activates a card or effect. Send a monster from extra deck to the grave. Look at your opponent's extra deck. Send a monster from it to the graveyard of the attack. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, that doesn't really do much of anything. Which is good for me. Good for me. Bad for him. Okay, Sent Herald. Oh, they got another ritual I didn't know that. I did not know that Dogmatikas had 2 rituals. Now, what does that one do? This one might be the important one. Ritual summon this with Dogmatika Faber. Target 2 face-up monsters. One of those gains attack equal to the others. Level 8 or higher Dogmatikas. Can't be destroyed by battle. Monster summoned from opponent's extra deck. Look at their extra deck. Send a monster from it to the grave. Ooh. If I was an extra deck heavy deck, that would be rather bad. So now he's got the ritual spell. He summoned that one. And then this lets him, yeah, makes one bigger. And then that's going to get him yet another card, as he do. So now he's going to get, what, the other ritual spell? Yes, that is exactly what it did. Why did they make Dogmatikas? I guess it's because they're, like, religious themed. That's the only reason I can think of to put rituals in here, because originally they were like... what was their extra deck? They didn't really have an extra deck sort of focus. They just did other stuff. Alright, there's that dude. And now he's gonna stare at my extra deck and, like, kill one of my cards. Yep, he's gonna look at my extra deck. The Fiend. No, my Draco Necro! I loved him like a brother. Actually, that's a joke. I don't like Necro very much at all. Not this Necro, but a different Necro. Anyway, he's going to attack into me. I've got my Shiranui style Swallow Slash. So I can just banish these. Oh wait, it doesn't destroy... it destroys these, And then I banish one of my Shiranuis. Let's see. No. No. I don't really have any of the Shiranuis that do anything when they're banished. Let's see. This card's banished, so I gotta banish Shiranui except for itself. Nah, I don't need Shade right now. I kind of have to banish it, that's why I have to pick somebody. There are instances where that's useful, but, you know, it's a little bit of deck thing, if anything else. Alrighty, so I have not much at the moment, but that's a good top deck right there. Thank you very much. Alright, what's in my graveyard right now? Do the Synchro. I'll do the Synchro in a minute. First, I'm going to activate the Curse of El Dorado. And then my opponent surrenders. Is everyone going to surrender today? I was about to do the Synchro summon. It's unfair. I was going to... You have any idea how often I get a chance to summon out Arcfiend Zombie Skull? This many times. This amount. Alright. Well, unfortunately, my opponents just keep quitting on me. I don't know what it is. The power of Eldlich is too powerful, I guess. Am I even showing the deck off right? I hope I am. At least a little bit. You're getting a bit of it, but there's so much more. So let's go for a fourth duel. And hopefully we'll actually get a good duel. Alrighty, fourth opponent of the day. Can we have ourselves some nice back and forth? That's all I ask. Little bit of that. Alright, this is pretty much the Ballardrock opening hand. Because I don't have an Eldlich monster, but I can do generic zombie play. That's always cool, is when you do generic zombie play. Alright, so what we're going to do here, banish Necroworld the Banshee. You've seen this play a million times. There's our Zambo world, and then we're going to go ahead and ditch a zombie from the deck. And that monster is always going to be... Where is he? Bloom. Because when Bloom hits the grave while you have the field spell, you can just turbo out. Ooh, I would. But this is better in this situation. Ballardrock. Nasty number. Very nasty boy. Because basically, my opponent activates monster effect of a zombie, and everything becomes a zombie. I can negate or banish once per turn. Either or. And I'm going to go ahead and make the Sucker. Might as well. There's no reason not to make the Sucker. It's just a good card. Because during the standby phase, Ballardrock comes back, so long as I have a field spell. And that'll allow Sucker to get me another card. Ooh, White Destiny. This will be useful. That was not helpful. That was not helpful at all. Oh, no. No, spell trap removal. That ain't legal. That ain't legal at all. Okay, well now I'm in a lot of trouble. I only have one field spell. I only have the one. Who knew? Who knew? Alright, well this guy's playing him some Dogmatikas. Alright. What did Dogmatika? They're extra deck killers. I mean, I can play without the extra deck to a degree. Summon this card, blah 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 blah, 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 blah. During the main phase, tribute this card, summon a Sword Soul or Fallen of Albaz. And then the Gesture of Jespia. So, is this some sort of honky Ecclesia? No, okay, he's actually going for Fallen of Albaz. And this gets him a branded spell trap. Okay. I mean, things are not good. I was kind of hoping that Ballardrock would save my butt, but unfortunately, I don't know if he's going to do that. I kind of had to think, well, actually, now there's a field spell, so Ballardrock will come back. That's something. And if I start using my zombie effects, then I'm good. Because then I can do things. Yeah. It's just a matter of whether I live or not. That's the big question. Will Memphis live, or will he die horribly? As it stands, is this a quick effect? I don't think it is. It is not. I was about to say, this has been a quick effect to, fusion summon. It's basically super poly. And that got him something back. I don't actually know what it was. But yeah, let's go for Ballardrock coming back. And I'm gonna save that for now. We'll summon out Ballardrock. We're gonna summon Shiranui Squire. This is normal summoned. I can summon out Spectral Sword. And thanks to my Ballardrock, I can now banish one of my opponent's cards. So let's go ahead and banish... what does this do? I'm going to banish this guy, because he actually does things. Let me think about this. Target 2 banish zombies. Summon, no. I'd rather go for the... I'm going to go for this guy, because I'd like to have him in the graveyard. Okay, what are we going to go for? Turn any number of zombie synchros, blah, 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 blah. Destroy cards. I don't have any of those. Target a banished zombie. Nah. I'm just going to go for my level 6 boy. Shiranui Samurai Saga. Oh, Samurai. And let's see here. Target a banished zombie. Shuffle to deck. Change battle position of all monster Pokemon controls. Attack less than... I don't need to do that. So let's go ahead and summon forth our golden boy. And let's see. Yeah, I'm just going to go for attack. I'm just going to freaking battle here. And yeah, I do have the effect of returning my 1800 beater, my zombie girl, back to my deck to switch his monsters to defense mode. That's not too useful, obviously, but it is something to recur my zombie girl if I happen to need her. Not that I need her because my field spell is Gonski. Yep. So, it's something. What is this? Branded in red. Target a Despia, bring it back. Then you can fusion summon banishing materials from hand or field, but it cannot attack this turn. That is some bullshit. Alright. Well. Now he's gonna get to summon this thing. See, during the main phase, target a fusion, synchro, Ixie, or link in your opponent's graveyard. Banish it or summon it to the field. This card destroys the opponent. Okay. So, this doesn't do a lot to me. And I can add it easily enough with Ballardrock. Okay, so he's got a big old monster. And for the life of me, I can't tell what it's supposed to be. But it exists. It exists. Okay, at least this guy's giving me some back and forth. That's all I wanted. A little bit of back and forth. So he's getting a branded spell trap. Which one, I'm not sure, but he is getting one. He's going to get Summon a Fallen of Alba as banished, or... Okay, who is attacking? I'm attacking this guy. No. I destroy you. Okay, so what does that spell do? Special summon a Fallen of Alba banished in the hand or in the grave during the end phase. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, that might... potentially be not so good. We'll find out. We will find out. Cause I don't... Yeah. What? Fusion Synchro. Oh, I did have a link in the grave. That's right. I forgot about the sucker. Okay, you stole my sucker. Good job. Good job on you. You summoned a sucker. Alright, so now what are you going to do? I imagine the Fallen of Albaz is going to be used to fuse with my stuff. Or maybe you'll fuse with your own stuff. I have no idea what you're doing. Alright, so you're going to do the fusion. I'm going to chain my dude's effect. That way I can use Ballardrock's effect. Banishing a card on the field, and... I think I should get rid of you, because you're big and nasty. Like, even if he fuses with my stuff, because that is something he can do. What is he making? Albion the Branded Dragon. Fusion, another monster, by banishing materials from hand, field, or grave. Okay. And then he's doing something to my Ballardrock. Alright. This deck is just so many different pieces to it. It's a little hard to keep track of it all. Which I think is the idea. Target effect mod control special this card. Negate the effect mod. Okay, so he's negating me or something? Okay. Well, it's certainly annoying. But my Samurai Saga is just as powerful as this guy's monsters. So I'm not too worried about that. Not really. I mean, he's got the Masquerade. Opponent must pay 600 life to activate cards or effects. If your opponent controls a blah, summon this card from your blah, but banish it when it leaves the blah. Sounds good. Alright, so there goes Ballard Rock. But so long as field spells around, field monster will live. So you're gonna beat into Samurai Saga? Because he's just as big as you. Yeah, your monsters may look impressive, but they're not very big. Also, this guy looks like Red Dragon Arcfiend, but significantly smaller and derpier. And this lets him set it. This is a fusion thing? Okay. I'll pay the 600, dude. I'm not hard up on life points right now. Let's see here. Set a Golden Lance spell trap or do the thing. Alright. Let's pay our 600, activate an effect, do a synchro summon. Pay 600 more. Go ahead, banish monster, and I guess I'll banish that dude that's being annoying because he's annoying. And negate the effects of monsters destroyed by battles with zombies you control, or make it I can't be destroyed by card effect. Decisions. That's such a hard decision. I mean, this is bigger. This negates his effects, and I think that's better. So we'll summon out Hot S. Then Squire's gonna go ahead and go off. No, we're not using Balrog's effect. And I get to draw one and discard. Ooh, Mizuki. That is perfect. So go ahead and use our White Destiny. And yeah, get the 7 cities of the Golden Land. I think I've just about got this guy. Let's go ahead and use the Mizuki. Get back of the Golden Boy. Hasha. Then activate the 7 realms of the Golden Land and bring out our boy. Hala. And then I'm going to go ahead and freeze this card for a turn, even though it doesn't. Can I be activated this? Yeah, it doesn't really do much for me, but I'm going to do it anyway. Let's see. I've already used this, so I'm just going to get rid of it. Bring out my Eldlich. Summon said Eldlich. Make him bigger. Then I'm going to use the effect of my boss. And I'm going to steal this. Alright, and that ought to be game. I mean, I can't attack with this, but that's a lot of damage. I'm pretty sure this is going to be game. So, a great back and forth, but Eldlich too powerful, the likes of Dogmatika. Your Dogma is no match for my corpse fingers. Alright, let's just do one more. It might be a longer episode because of it, but who's counting numbers? Let's go for one more. Alright, everybody. Well, I did actually look at the numbers real quick. The episode's long enough, I feel. We did get to show off at least some of the stuff we can do. I feel like there's more we can do. I didn't even get to dip into the synchros that much. You know, Eldlich, it's one of those decks that's really gained itself enough of a reputation where if people start to lose against them, they're not going to stick around too often. It's an unfortunate thing, but you know what? It's spooky time. We have a spooky monster, and that's what matters during the Halloween time. So, I'm glad that the Eldlich did just fine. They did what they wanted to do. They spooked the heck out of people with them zombie hands. And so, go ahead and call it for today. So, thank you all very much for watching today's episode of the Zombie Halloween week. Next time on the show, what are we going to play next? Probably should get that one out of the way. Otherwise, I'll scare people too much. But yeah, these aren't in any particular order. I'm just looking at my list. Anyway, thank you again for watching today's episode. Make sure you hit the like button to let me know you enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys again tomorrow with more scary stuff. So, see you then. Take care. You have a good one.